If I had waited for nice weather when I was growing up, I'd never have learned to play golf. Golf's played in ugly weather, and I think it's one of the lovely things about the game. I enjoyed it, but you do have to be prepared. So an umbrella is the obvious thing, and rain gear. And the rain gear, particularly with regard to the pants, you want to have them so they're easy to put on and off, but I think it's actually better to take the precaution of putting them on before. Even if the weather's iffy, you can keep the jacket in the bag, but it's very hard to put these on and off in the middle of a wind and rainstorm. So a golf bag usually comes with a cover, but with these modern big sized heads, it's a little bit cramped to get them in and out. So I usually default to a towel thrown over the top and just leave the head covers at home. So that way you can keep the club heads dry, which then also means that water doesn't go down the shaft and make the grips wet, which is obviously the big deal. Now, I also carry a little towel in my back pocket for when we go on the green so that I can clean the ball. It has one additional advantage. There is an obscure exception to the rule about artificial aids, etc., which says that you can wrap a small cloth around the club to get better grip and hit the golf ball. That is not breaking the rules, and on occasion I've done it. Now, with regard to actually hitting the ball, we're given all sorts of advice about elaborately how to adjust so that we hit the ball very low, and I would suggest that they have their place, but they're not the best choice. So playing the ball back in the stance and putting the hands ahead and putting the weight on the left side and closing the club face, quite commonly was recommended, is how you're told to hit the ball lower than usual with the club that you've chosen. My preference has always been, and partly because that closed club face causes one to hook, and if you're doing it all day long, the next time you play golf, you've got no control over your golf. So I actually find that it's a slightly open club face, hands ahead, weight ahead, and you want to keep the hands ahead as you go through the ball and stop low. This is how you hit a ball lower with the club that you've chosen, but in fact that choice is the better way to control yourself. I would say as many as 3 clubs more powerful for the shot in hand is the way to go, and you can just grip down the club with or without the towel and put the ball back, slightly open club face, and take a swing that with a little training you'll find can control your distance and guarantee a lower ball flight and more control. So then with regard to the tee shots, you'll tee the ball up low, play the ball back, hands slightly ahead, and do the exact same thing. We're trying to catch the ball in the lower half of the club face with the driver so that it hits what is commonly nowadays called a stinger. That's all necessary, obviously, if you're going into the wind particularly. But if you're going downwind, tee it up normally and let it fly. It's great fun.